Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lotus Resources on the forefront of a uranium supercycle. Joining us is the Managing Director, Keith Bowes. Welcome, sir.
Hi there, and thanks very much for having me on.
Always a pleasure. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come back, dive down into Lotus Resources, but I want to wind back a little bit and get to know you guys a little bit better about who's running this company. So, I mean, you have over 20 years of experience working on project development and operations in Africa, South America, Australia, like tons of experience here. Can you kind of just tell us a little bit about, anything that you've learned and what led you into Lotus Resources?
Yeah, sure. So my background is engineering. I did chemical engineering at university. And when I left university, I joined some of the big mining companies, I suppose, Anglo American. I was with them for 10 years. I was with BHP Billiton for almost 8 years. And then I spent a little bit of time with Vale as well. And obviously with those big companies, you get a really good background and a really good grounding in terms of operations, in terms of development and technical stuff and around those. So learned a lot from those and obviously had the opportunity to travel around the world with them. Spent a number of years in Colombia with BHP Billiton working on a nickel mine, spent time in Africa, not only in South Africa, but also up in Namibia as well. And after those sort of 20 years or so, I thought I wanted to try something a little bit different. So I decided to head off into the junior space, see what's happening with the junior explorers and the junior developers. And I've been in this space for about 8 years now. And this is probably my fifth or so project in that junior space, my second uranium project. I was also involved with Boss Resources and the Honeymoon Uranium Project, where I was doing a similar role in terms of technical and looking after care and maintenance activities. And then the Lotus opportunity came along. I got involved in the original due diligence that was done on the asset by the company, made the recommendation to the company that it was a good asset to purchase. And shortly after that, I got further involved in the company with some study stuff. And then in February of this year, I got asked to step up to the MD role. And I've really been enjoying that for the last 8 or 9 months or so. So it's been a great experience.
Yeah, that's incredible to hear. I mean, you sound like a really heavy hitter in this industry. It's almost like it runs in your blood. Do you mind telling us a little bit about some of the team you're working with that kind of led you in here as well? I mean, I was briefly going through some of the board of directors with Michael Brown, Grant Davey, Mark Hanlon, a lot of these guys over 20 years of experience in similar fields. Is there anything you want to highlight there?
Yeah, so Grant and I are probably a little bit similar in some of our backgrounds. Grant's a mining engineer, was with Anglo Gold for many, many years. And also Anglo Coal as well, was a very senior operations manager with them in South Africa and then moved across to Australia and has also got the junior bug, let's say. He started probably a couple of years before me in terms of the junior space. And I've been involved with him for about 8 or 9 years or so, doing various projects with him. So he brings a lot of investing background to it, a lot of operational background and a lot of experience as well. Michael Bone, who's our chairman, is a lawyer by background and an accountant as well. So lots of commercial experience coming in from Michael. And then Mark has got a financial background as well. So he's also been involved in a number of companies in Australia, both in operations and in development as well. So we think we've got a very balanced board at the moment in terms of not only the technical skills, say mining and operations and processing, but also commercial and financial as well. So we feel like we're in a really good position to move the company forward.
Yeah, I think that's pretty incredible. And on that note, do you mind just giving us a brief mission statement, a brief introduction into exactly what Lotus Resources is? And then what we can do is when we come back, we're going to do a full breakdown, but just feel free to indulge us a little bit.
Yeah, so I suppose what what Lotus wants to do, Lotus, as we've mentioned, or we're going to be talking about, has got the Kalakera project. So this is a uranium project that has been on care and maintenance for a number of years and was shut down in 2014. It was owned by Paladin Energy, which I think most of your viewers will know is a relatively large uranium company that is based here in Australia that had the Kalakera project, but also had another project of theirs over in Namibia called Langer Heinrich, which is a slightly bigger project. Now, what Lotus has recognized, or what the team behind Lotus has recognized, it was a real opportunity for within the uranium space. I mean, we acquired Kalakera back in last year, so this was 2020, March of 2020. So we identified as early as that, and even prior to that, that the uranium market was a hot market. We expected, looking at the long-term fundamentals, to see some significant increases in the uranium price moving forward, and we've started to see those. When we acquired the project, I think the uranium price was around $28 per pound. It's sitting around the $45, $46 per pound price. And we still think there's an opportunity for that price to increase further. So anyone who's interested in investing in uranium, I mean, obviously, we're putting ourselves forward as the company that's the one that's most likely to be able to start up relatively quickly because it is an existing asset. It has produced before and it has sold its product into the market previously. So we think as a company, we tick a number of boxes from a risk perspective that maybe some of the greenfield projects don't have behind them. So our mission statement is we want to get up and running. We want to be producing uranium. We want to be generating revenue for the company.
That's great to hear. I really look forward to coming back and just kind of breaking down the uranium super cycle, because there's definitely a lot going on with the commodity, along with what you guys are doing there as well. So I really appreciate your time today, Keith.
No problem at all. Great to have a chat.
You as well. On that note, if you guys ever have any questions, let us know what you think in that comment section below, and we can bring it up in one of these interviews as well. But stay cool, stay awesome, and we'll catch you in the next one.